Perfect.
Hey, ladies, welcome to Thursday night's Team Unstoppable. We're going to do a couple of different areas of content tonight, which are very applicable. So the first one is going to be how to get your mindset in the space for the vision boards. Susan's still figuring out what might be the best time for us to all connect and do vision boards kind of online and as a group. But this will be some of the prep, some of the thought, some of the things that you'll start to churn around so that instead of just mindlessly cutting out cute pictures or going to Pinterest, you have some feeling and some belief and some challenge behind it because we want energy in this year's vision board. So we'll just have a little bit of content around that. And then Susan recently remembered an amazing tool called spin selling that she's going to share some kind of real life role playing. I have some of the words on the screen for us. And if you want to take some screen snaps, that'll be great. But Susan's going to breathe life into it because truly we want people selling themselves. And then we just catch them and hold their hand in and roll them. So that's like the psychological goal going forward to ignite and get people stirred up so they understand we're here to help them. They're ready to go. And why would they not do this? So we'll start off right now with the piece on the vision boards. So what I did was I, of course, asked ChatGPT. Now, what is that? Do y'all hear that music?
Can you make Barb co-host? She's always amazing at muting everybody. I think I made you host, so I'm sorry.
Did you guys hear music? What
No.
I hear a boom boom.
I hear it's not, auditory hallucinations. That is the weirdest thing. Who's on? Okay, so we all have,
Can
I
everybody just
think
mute themselves? Everybody look at your key thing and just everybody mute. So almost everybody's muted. Is that
I can
better?
talk through it. It's very bizarre. It's like we're waiting for Zoom to start. It's almost like, rave music, but low key, whatever. That's if y'all can't hear it, it doesn't matter. That's just too bizarre. Okay, so let me share my screen. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's built into the slide. So that's really weird. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and get started. Okay, let me hit present. Maybe it's built into this slide. Yep, I guess it is. Bizarre. Okay, here we go. So we're going to prep for 2026, but we're going to start the prep now before we ever cut out one picture on Pinterest or literally out of a magazine. What we're going to do is think in terms of the 2026 version of yourself would never tolerate what? I don't know if somebody wants to put things in chat, ladies, if y'all want to look at that. These are just prompts to start to percolate and think about. 2026 me is known for achievement, expansion, following goals, discipline. Again, these are just examples. And then 2026 me protects her energy by because what we want to do is we want to shift out of just really fantasy into identity. So we're working with shifting our identity before we even start to put pictures and images.
It
And
is a weird noise, Steph. Suzanne said, I think it's because your volume decreased when you brought up the slide. What about the little volume on your slide? You see the little volume right beside of your little next page?
volume. Okay, let's see here.
Right there. Yeah. See
Okay,
if you can
let's see.
turn that down. Can
Oh,
we?
brilliant. You are
Yay.
brilliant, Susan Cameron.
I
Excellent. Okay.
didn't do it. It was Suzanne, but you're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Suzanne. Woo! Save the day. Okay, so we want to get out of fantasy. We want to really embody the shift in identity moving forward. So these questions and these categories are going to help you do that. Okay, so we're not asking, oh, what do I want? We're really asking, as you look at your future self, what kind or what version naturally has this life? Okay. And so here's going to be the categories. How do I feel daily? So that's feeling, that's going to be somatic, and you're going to embody that. How do I treat my body? That would be behaviors, whether you wake up, you journal, you move your body, you commit to some kind of movement. How do I work? Well, what's so helpful with this one and the how do I decide is the Strengths Finder test. We're really starting to gain some momentum with our team and the people that have taken the test because actually 3 out of those 4 questions on the screen are about how. And Rhonda is constantly reminding us that the Strengths Finders teaches us how to work our own subconscious wiring. Okay. And if
So
your vision board does not answer these, it's just aesthetic noise and pretty colors on the picture. Okay. We
perfect.
want
And
them
so
healthy, but
to
not
so to pause
boring.
pause for 1 second, Steph.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know what Strength Finders is, it's 34 strengths or talents that you operate in all the time. You're going to have the top 10 that you're always naturally going to work with or act through. Normally the top 5, but the top 10. And then the bottom ones, like, don't even try to make yourself get better. For example, my bottom one is consistency. I am never going to follow. Kim Weber's laughing. I am never going to follow this consistent way of doing something every single day. So when somebody's like, give me the perfect checklist, I need the perfect checklist to work my business, I'm like, talking to the wrong gal. Whatever God tells me to do, I do it. And I'm like, y'all know that's not my thing. But some people are very strategic. Some are like really high in belief. You need your belief to really be solidified. Some work, they're like learners. They want all the information before they can act. So it's just kind of all over the board, but it really helps you learn about yourself. It helps you learn as you grow a team what those different people need, because what Stephanie needs is not going to be the same thing as I need. And so we found this lady, her name is Rhonda, and a girl on Stephanie's team, Shannon McCullough. A lot of you guys know her. She owns a spa. She would always be like, well, my relator is getting triggered. My belief is this. I'm like, what is this lady talking about? And then finally I thought to myself, in order for me to help Shannon, I need to figure out what this is. And so I went and took this test. And I'm telling you, I learned so much. And Miss Rhonda came out of retirement. She's coached 7-figure earners in MLM. She's been the top recruiter in a company, so she understands our business. But she will dig through it. If there's anybody like Karen or Talia or Kim Weber or Miriam or Kimberly S, any of y'all that have done the Strength Finders and you've worked with Miss Rhonda, if you want to say anything about it, the test is $59 one-time fee forever. And that gives you your Strengths Finders. And then we do a free class for you. Well, it's donation. If you feel moved, then donate to Miss Rhonda. But on Tuesday nights at 5 Eastern and 4 Central. So Talia, you want to say anything about how it's helped you? Because our vision for 2026 is given a language for our team, given a language. So if we bring it back to vision, what is the vision? I envision us saying, oh, well, that's your relator that really needs help right now. Oh, that's your communication over explaining this to me. Like, I'll understand, oh, you need to communicate this to me quite a bit. All right, Talia, what you got, girl?
So something that I love about Rhonda is that she says that right now the top 10 are talents and we have to develop them into a strength. So I feel like that's great to develop ourselves and to grow into that, but those are the things that we are naturally respond or do in general. So I think that's great. I think it's great because when you have new people, if they can do the test, you save time in knowing about them. And then okay, so that person may need more of this, and I can use this person more in that sense. So I think that will help our team to grow stronger and better. And for me, it has been one of the tests that I have felt more seen, and it has helped me understand my thought process. So those are 3 things that I really like about this.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, Miss Steph.
Well, does anybody else want to share? If one other person could share
Yeah, if
some.
anybody else wants to share.
Demita, you've taken it, haven't you?
What does Miss Betty say? Miss Rhonda helped me bring out my strongest strength. Great. What was your strongest strength, Betty? Let's see. What did Betty say? Has she had a chance to answer yet?
She
I
can
can
unmute.
Yeah.
Yes, my strongest strength is that my teaching abilities. I am a strong teacher, she says, and
Oh,
she,
wonderful.
yeah,
Wonderful. That is a strength, especially a strength with the team. That's amazing.
right. And
And
it has enhanced my motivation with the team that I'm working with here. So I'm able to teach them, but also motivate them because uh, my team needs a lot of motivation. But
oh,
it's amazing. She's amazing.
wonderful. And one thing it helped me, and then we'll get off this, but you guys, if you really, if we could take advantage of it, if you can swing the $59, you will not regret it. One thing that my husband and I did it, and my husband's number one is ideation. You know what that means? He wants to talk about all the ideas. He's going to tell an idea about this, an idea about that. Well, guess what my number one is? Activator. When you give me an idea, you guys, I'm already down the road. I've called the contractor. I'm looking for the land. I've talked to a realtor. If you say something about building a house, oh, and I've talked to Steph and I've talked to Karen, I've talked to Barb, and I've got their input on it. And we're rocking. And Kevin's like, I'm just giving you ideas, babe. Like, we're not building a house yet. So that was a huge thing. Is this just an idea, or would you like me to take action? Right? The pause. The second thing is harmony for him. There's somebody else on our team, Wanda. I don't know if Wanda's here or not.
Harmony's
But
me.
Demita's Harmony. Oh, okay, so she's Harmony. So Harmony's number 33 for me. It's number 2 for my husband. So he wants everything just harmonious. I'm not even thinking about that so much that he was just talking about he got some blood work and he went to the doctor and he got a blood work. Well, we do Christian healthcare ministry, which, by the way, if you're looking for health insurance, you need to come and talk to me. We have this figured out. Well, if it goes over $1,000, we don't pay a dollar out of pocket. And he was like, well, I paid 100 and something. I mean, they charged me 100 and something and 500 and something. I was like, well, babe, you're just getting more blood work. So it'll all funnel into it. He's like, well, are they going to be upset that they haven't got their money? That harmony. I said, do you really think the doctor in this huge medical system is looking at your bill? He said, well, I don't know. So see what I said, oh, that's Mr. Harmony getting disrupted. I said, I'll take care of it and tell you what to do next. So even in your relationship, I'm telling you, like, if you see that you and your spouse or you and your adult child is kind of running in, you're kind of button heads. This is a beautiful thing. All right, Steph, go. So that's my vision for 2026 for us.
I love it. It will give us a great vocabulary to work from for sure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're talking about energy goals, which instead of just saying like, oh, I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to work out more, or I'm going to eat better, okay? We're talking about, we just use the word energy standard, but I don't wake up tired anymore. So we're tying it to a behavior and then a feeling. My body feels strong, not punished. I eat like someone who respects me in the future, and I stop running on caffeine and stress. So basically, the prompt here is if your energy was a brand, what would people notice first?
Hey, Gum.
Huh. I
Seems
wonder what they
doing a
would.
bunch of
This
it in
is
the
a
house.
great question. And if the question upsets you a little bit or you hit a wall, that's good. That's very exciting to me. If energy was a brand, what would people notice first? So let that kind of settle and see if you have a dream about that tonight. Okay.
So kind of like I wake up and put my feet on the floor, fully energized and full of life. I go immediately upstairs and start doing whatever, right? Kind of that. And they also say, don't put in what you don't want because the subconscious grabs onto, I don't want to be tired, or I'm full of energy. And, y'all know I'm full of energy. I've taken the drops a lot today, by the way. I'm back on the drops full fledged. So y'all watch out.
Uh-oh, Lordy, Miss Activator. Okay, so these are phrased in the same way that Susan's saying. Now it just spit out the word normal. Normal doesn't exist, nor does average. But for purposes of example, it's normal for me to take random weekdays off or to invest in support. for money to come in even when I rest, for me to say no without explaining. And again, if these statements or phrases make you feel or stir up some anxiety, that's amazing. That's expansion. We should feel a little excited and many different emotions going forward as we're doing this vision casting. Okay. So, the main part of this to get it into your body somatically so that it's just out of your head and not fantasy is that every image connects to a behavior, okay? You need to know the why. And again, the why has to do with we all talk about developing our why, right? Why? Well, I want a legacy. I want to tithe more to my church. I want to be able to pay for someone's medical bills, okay? But words are so important. Why do you think we pray in church? We sing so much in church. Words are power and they cast your vision out, not just through the words, but through the vibrations and the frequencies of the sounds. So, words are very important. Here are some must-have sections that I would recommend. You do you. How do you spend your mornings? Are you doing miracle morning? What are you doing to set your day up, to connect with God, with your body, with your hydration, with your movement? How do you move your body? How do you make money? How a bunch of hows again, back to the Clifton strengths. How do I rest without guilt? And what I say no to. That's a really, really important one. So I'm going to give everybody permission to leap into all of these different areas. Okay, so finish this sentence just to yourself, or you can throw it in the chat. This version of me that this board represents makes decisions by maybe curiosity, enthusiasm, awkwardness, instead of fear, being timid, scarcity mode. And to Susan's point, you want to phrase it in the positive and you want to move towards what you want instead of running from what you're scared of or what would cause pain. Okay, this does lock in neurologically and it can trip and start to create new neural pathways in your brain. Karen McNutt, Miss Scientist, do you want to say anything about that, about the brain pathways and the neurology when you feel it and how you phrase it?
When you start feeling something, what you speak over yourself in the neurological pathways covers through the whole body. The words are so powerful. So you want to do positive things. You want to do strong things. You want to speak well over yourself and over your business and over your life and what you're going to do for the day. It makes a big difference as to what happens in the body. For instance, when you see somebody and you say, "Oh, you look a little sick." If you keep telling them they look sick, then pretty soon they're kind of fading and feel ill. And then perhaps, "Oh, well, my stomach is hurting, my this." So speak over it because the neurological pathways in the brain go everywhere to every single system that there is.
And so then the saying, Karen, of we breathe life into such and such is tied to science, right?
It's tied to science because it is proven that everything in the neurological pathway goes to everywhere in the body. The brain controls it all, but the mouth is very powerful over what the brain does. So you've got to speak to that brain. You've got to speak to that body so that it goes to everything. I'm not going to feel, even if you, it's like Tim Sales, when I met Tim Sales, he says, even if you don't sleep all night, when you get up the next morning or when you're moving around the next morning, you just keep telling yourself, "I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm not tired." It goes over the whole body. And that's how the neurological pathways do. They're tied to every organ, everything, to the heart, to the soul, to the lungs, to the kidneys. Speak well over them. Speak highly. Speak positive. Speak boldly.
So, Karen, if you said something in a little timid mouse voice, say something timidly and tell me how that feels in your body.
I don't want to.
I can
just
tell you
don't
right
want
now,
to.
Karen, yeah. Y'all, she has been speaking life into me for how many years, Karen? 18?
18, at least 18. I've
So-
known you for 60 almost. But
Okay, so was I not that I was that timid? I just don't know. But she told me tonight on a phone call earlier, y'all, I'm bold now. Am I not
I'm
right?
so proud of her. I did. I told her, I said, listen to you, Miss Bold.
So
So
say
it was
something,
those
Demita,
words.
that's very bold right now. Speak something in a bold
So
voice.
I really do not have a problem now with speaking to brand partners. Okay. So just like I told her tonight, I said, you know what? I told my brand partners, I'm going to push you. I'm not going to drag you, but I'm going to push you. I would have never said that to anybody even a year ago. So I'm becoming a little bit more bolder. I'm still keeping my harmony and my woo, but I'm learning the balance in there. So, but going back to what Karen was saying about speaking life into people, it is so true because I'm living proof of it.
Man, I think that's so great. Go Demita, high five, girl. So you know what this is right here, what Team Unstoppable is? Everybody write this down. Personal development with a pay plan. Personal development with a pay plan. Do you know how much money she would need to spend on a coach? Right. But we have our upline, we have our cross lines for that. Nobody walks into this team, or at least it's our goal. You become better through this journey than when you got there, right? That's what we all want for each other. And then Karen, that is so important. Just kind of like me, you guys know that I've struggled with Lyme disease and I've struggled with indoor toxic mold. Well, if I keep saying I'm so reactive to mold, my thyroid's so sluggish, I'm just a binge eater, I have Lyme, right? Like my body is like a lot of you guys here do different emotional healing, energetic things, frequencies and all kinds of things like that. And just as you speak, what you speak, you become. That's a great reminder, Karen. So when I'm like, I'm grouchy today, I said that a couple times, like, I'm a little grouchy. I told Steph, I was like, I'm grouchy. And it's because I locked in that foods list again. No sugar, right? I'm like 100% when we go off the rail and then we get back on that, like our body, it takes a minute to adjust. So thanks, Karen, for that. That's so true. Thanks, Demita.
Sometimes too, everybody, when you start speaking out loud, if you can stop yourself before you open your mouth, put a smile on your face. When you smile, even it kind of softens the blow if you think you're going to say something negative about yourself. Oh, I hate my hair.
I love it.
So be sweet like Jesus.
Be sweet like Jesus. And side note, you guys, we have a brand new brand partner here with us tonight as of 4 hours ago. Miss Heather King, you don't have to come on video if you don't want to, but God led me to her through Facebook. She just kept coming. Her beautiful face just kept coming up. So she is a medical esthetician, and Barb met her today on a call, just completely beautiful human being. So everybody send her the most love. She actually used to sell our products, the Skincerity, years ago. And so she did it for about 4 years. And she did it whenever there wasn't a system. And she had like 30 brand partners under her, and they were all talking to everybody and not making money. So think how exciting this is going to be for her to plug in her people and actually use the system of growth and take off running. So we're excited. I see that she popped on. So welcome. We're so glad you're here, hon. All right.
Welcome, Heather. Yeah, Susan wasn't kidding. This is personal growth with a paycheck for sure. So I think everybody understands now neurologically, and you can even stand in front of a mirror. And if that is too intimidating, you can face the wall and say, I am powerful. I am a creator. I optimize my lines, whatever it is, and get some energy flowing in your voice, in your body, in your lungs. Do jumping jacks, run around the room. Susan Cameron told me that Susan Frank runs around, right, Susan? If there's a presentation or if she's been sedentary before she gets on a call, maybe some men do push-ups. I don't know, but get that energy flowing. It's very beneficial. And then the last part of this one is that everyone would be so well served if they just chose one non-negotiable bringing into 2026 now, whether it's weekly movement, logging off at a certain time, a daily act of self-respect, protecting your mornings with your miracle morning, your prayer time, your journaling, your walking. In some cases, saying no faster if you have a problem with boundaries. And then if you can post it and say it and own it, just even one non-negotiable. That could be an amazing shift for you. So in 2026, these are just some suggestions. We've already touched on a bunch of things. I don't think any of this is earth shattering, but it is a good reminder of just some options to help you heal, not just your mind, but your body and your spirit. And then I think this is the last slide for this. Yep. Okay. So it doesn't start in January. Energetically, it starts now. You guys have activated. This is the initiation. So consider yourself warned. You have walked through, you've heard these words, you've heard what everybody said on this call. Okay. So now you're already morphing and moving into your updated version, knowing you are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You are awesome. We're just going to expand, and that access to your energy is a privilege. Okay. Susan, you ready to spin sell us?
Seth put me on the spot for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. So the way that spin selling I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can teach this.
Wait, I got the slides. I got the slides.
Oh, we got the slides. So the way that this came about, you guys, is I noticed that quite a few of people, and then with the holidays coming, quite a few people start talking to people about the drops, and they want to throw up on them. You want to tell them everything about your testimony, how your husband did this, and your in-laws got off of insulin, and your son no longer has chronic pain, and it's just great, and you've lost 26 pounds, and and those people are just sitting there looking at you like, oh, well, good. And you're like, well, I don't know why nobody wants my drops. So there is a method. When I worked in corporate sales, like cut through, like it was kind of ruthless. So you had to have some strategies to sell things. And what it was called is spin selling. And Rhonda, our Strength Finders coach, Rhonda and I sat in this week-long class called spin selling. So basically, if you imagine there being an iceberg, right? Here's an iceberg, and here's the water, right? So there's just a tip of the iceberg, right? And somebody's on their big boats, and then boom, they hit the iceberg. So all they knew that there was a tiny little piece, the situation, it's spin selling, situation, problems, implications, and needs analysis. But they didn't really know there were all these things underneath it. Okay. So that's what people on their health journey, being overweight or being on medication, or the situation is they don't really have energy, or the situation is they're having night sweats all night long. So if they have that, don't jump in so quickly to trying to sell your product. They need to dig a little bit longer. So you want to show them kind of what that is, Steph, and I can kind of walk y'all through the situation.
Absolutely.
So if we turn into continuing to ask people questions every time they say what their situation or their problem or what the implication of that problem is, they're saying it. Kind of like with your children, you know how like if it's their idea, they believe it, but if it's your idea, they don't. So,
okay, so So this is the overview, Susan, of what you were saying.
So let's go into incorporate spin selling. Why spin selling works. People sell themselves instead of feeling sold to. It works beautifully with health habits and accountability. It aligns with coaching, not convincing. It fits partner code, drops, and challenges naturally. If you want, I can turn this into a simple one screen. Okay, that was the bottom of Chat GPT. Okay. So situation. Spin selling is an acronym that stands for situations, problems, implications, and needs payoff. So the situation could be understand the person's current situation. What are you currently doing? What are you using now? What have you tried? So some of the situation questions for the drops could be things like, how's your sleep right now? That's what I'll ask people. Well, how's your energy? Are you taking any pharmaceuticals? So that is the situation. Well, they would tell me, well, yeah, I'm on 5 medications. Oh, really? Was that an issue for you? Yeah. These statins, my legs are hurting. They don't feel good at all. So then you're asking them problem questions. What's the problem with being overweight or not sleeping or having a dysregulated mood or having acne everywhere, right? You're looking at the hormonal things. So you're asking questions to identify their problems, their frustration, and their pain points. Well, why are those pharmaceuticals? Are those pharmaceuticals working for you? Well, no, they're not. Well, what's the problem with them? Well, I'm having this side effect, that side effect, that side effect. Oh, okay. So let's move on to sleeping. No, I can't sleep a bit. What? Well, what's the problem with that? Like, they're like, well, I feel terrible the next morning. I'm sweating all night. It's driving my husband crazy. So then if you go to this, so what feels harder and consistent? Then I start asking them more. We'll stick with the prescription thing. Implication. What's the consequences of not changing? How does it affect your health, your energy, your confidence, or your income? Well, sometimes these drugs, people are using the shot or whatever, you guys. So, and they start saying, well, and it's just so expensive, or, I'm getting all of these side effects. Like, I'm having digestive issues. Well, what's the implication? Like, what's going to happen? Like, if you get gastroparesis like other people, what's going to happen if the cost of it keeps going up? Like, how's that going to impact you? Well, I won't be able to afford that. Well, what if I had a solution that was more affordable and that could be natural, and I could even be your accountability partner? Would that be something you're interested in? So you're meeting the need and you're given a payoff. Well, how would that impact you if you could sleep all night? Oh, and you didn't have night sweats. Like, what kind of impact? How would that impact your life? Well, my husband would be happier. I wouldn't have to wake up and wash my hair every morning. Wow. Well, what if I could offer you a homeopathic product that you just put under your tongue a few times a day and your night sweats went away? Would that interest you? Heck yeah. Tell me about it. So you see how I'm kind of walking people through. So when you're at Christmas, and we can do these on ChatGPT and put it on Team Unstoppable Facebook, I'm sharing this with you guys so you don't throw up on your family members. Start being inquisitive. What is their situation? What is the problem with that situation? How does that impact them? And what would the needs payoff be if you had a solution? So, Steph, let's role play. So, Steph, we can go back to whenever you were looking for something with the drops for your cholesterol or your A1C or, whatever. Karen says inquisitive, then listen. It's so easy. You just got the goods, so you want to tell them, but they're not even interested yet. They don't even know they have a problem. And that's why you're digging and you're digging and you're digging and you're digging. Okay, so Steph, let's do you. So hey Steph, so tell me, you went to the doctor. How'd your doctor's appointment go? Did you get your labs and everything done?
I did, and my cholesterol is climbing.
What?
Oof.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness. Oh
Yeah.
man. Well, what happens if your cholesterol keeps going up?
Well, my family's pressuring me. They're all on statins, and they say that we have familial cholesteremia. It's in our genes.
So if it keeps going up, it sounds like it's your family line. Do you really have a other option besides going on statins?
I really don't have. I mean, I'm just gonna have to research and find something natural. I mean, they're all fear mongering. What happens if you have a stroke? Blah, blah, blah. So no, I really don't.
So what have you heard? What's bad about statins? Like what's the problem with them?
Well, it's big pharma for me personally. That's a problem because I'm not just randomly into taking stuff the rest of my life. And there's just it just messes with your body. I can't remember if it's your bones. I don't know. I just know that's not an option for me. I'm not doing it. It's not
You
happening.
know, my in-laws will say, my mother-in-law told me, she said, go to a restaurant or go like to a nursing home and watch people about 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys, everybody starts shuffling their feet. Go to a restaurant and watch everybody. And it's because of the statins. So you could see this kind of side note, but you can see that happens. So Steph, how important is it for you to stay off these statins, like to not go there? It sounds like that's a pretty big deal. You feel like you're being pushed and kind of almost bullied to get on these statins, huh?
Oh yeah, it's not happening. So I need to find a solution because I'm willing to address it.
So what if I had a solution that's all natural, that balances your hormones, and with the right food plan that I'm going to give you could maybe get you off these statins? Is that something you'd be interested in?
I think so. I've tried so many things. I've done the grapefruit diet. I've done the cabbage diet. I've just starved myself. I've fasted. Is it a lot of effort?
Oh, this is super easy. You're going to swap foods out. You're going to put drops under your tongue, and you're going to follow a program, and you're going to have me for accountability and support. So many of those things in the past, have you had real support programs? Have you had like a weekly accountability partner? Okay.
Jenny Craig, but that's it.
Okay, perfect. So you think this might be something you'd want to try?
Do you have the list of the ingredients or something that I could look at? I want to look at some things first.
So I've got a swap that you can do that you can see, but it's basically low glycemic type way of eating. It's the way that all diabetics eat. So it's going to be approved. It's whole foods. It's whole foods. But if the fear of getting on those pharmaceuticals just aren't quite enough yet for you, maybe you just go down on that road, because I know the solution that I have could help you. And then we can meet back together whenever you feel like more aligned with it.
Do you make these drops yourself or something?
I don't. They're manufactured in Utah. We have clinical studies. And guess what? If you're wanting to lose a few pounds, women can lose half a pound a day.
That sounds good.
So do you have other symptoms of hormonal imbalance? Do you have anything with like your mood or your sleep, or are you low energy, hair falling out? It could be different things with your menstrual cycle.
Yeah, I got some eyebrow hair getting sparse for sure. And then the cover's on and off, on and off, on and off all night. Yeah.
Does that get on is that a problem for your husband with the covers?
That doesn't matter, but I don't like it. I don't care if he cares.
All right. So you guys get the point So you get the point of like, right. And that is right. People can give you objections at times, but you're just going to keep digging and digging and digging. And, there's a reason that she felt pushed to get on statins, and the doctors will push you. So that's kind of some things. Has anybody ever done anything like spin selling? Kind of walk people down? And have you listened to when people kind of can recruit and they can build, customer bases, things like that? I feel like they really listen and they really ask a lot of questions. It really is. They last. What did you say, Barb? Oh, I was like, what did you say, Barb? Did you have something, girl?
No,
Okay.
I was just saying hi to somebody I just noticed was on here.
Okay. So some of the things in ChatGPT that you can put in is, what is spin selling? And then you can say, how can I use spin selling for the drops? And ChatGPT will kind of walk you through it. And if you want to do some one-on-one with me, like, I'll be happy to role play with you and just kind of coach you on this so that you can coach other people. But it's really amazing. And when I do it, I'm really effective. But sometimes I get so excited, right? I get so excited. I want to tell them everything, and they're like, okay, I didn't even ask you. Or like, I don't think it's a problem. Some people don't think it's a problem being 40 pounds overweight. Right? Those of us that are like hyper focused on our looks, like we know if we gain 5 pounds, but some people are like, oh, 40 pounds but then you've got other people that are like, I just can't stop eating. Well, what kind of problem is that? Well, I'm literally sneaking getting up in the middle of the night to go eat. I can stick with the diet for 3 days and then I fall off. Well, how does that impact you? Well, I feel like a failure. I feel like a loser. I start having all this guilt and shame. And then I'm like stopping by the drive-through and I'm spending money that I don't have. And then my husband's looking and I'm making up lies that I took I mean, there's a whole thing with binge eating, you guys, like the whole secretive thing. I mean, that was the story of my life. So just questions. And then whenever they feel like there's a big enough impact, you give them a solution. If I was to provide X, how could that help you? Would that be helpful?
Susan, Wanda in the chat wants to know, how would this look spin selling the business side?
Oh, so what's your situation? Hey, you're asking about their occupation. And so you know that like their hours got cut back, or they're a nurse. Hey, so tell me, so are you working at a hospital or a doctor's office? Well, I'm at the hospital. Oh, well, do you like it? How is it? Well, I hate working night shift. I feel like my hormones are wrecked. I can never sleep. Oh, wow. Well, what kind of problems does that create for you? I'm never there with my husband to sleep. My kids are missing me. I'm run ragged. Oh, wow. Well, it sounds like that's really impacting your life. Well, I mean, do you have an option to cut back hours? Heck no. We're barely making ends meet now. Wow. Well, what if I had a solution that could help you with some of your stress, but maybe even help you and your friends and free up some income from you, and you could like do it from your phone? Is that something that you might want to entertain? You love helping people, right? Nurses, their whole thing is to help. Like, what if you could help people too? Well, yeah, that would be great. I've never even thought about that. Well, I can't sell. Well, this wouldn't be selling. Like, when can you jump on for 10 minutes and let's talk about this and see if this is a fit for you? Nurses are incredible. There is no nurse, Demita's a nurse, several nurses on here. There is no nurse that isn't stressed out, worn out, mad at the medical system, putting up with some boss gaslighting them all the time. Trust me. And the nurses, good question, Wanda. And I'm like, everybody go after the nurses. Do a list for 2026. What nurses do you know? What nurses does your family know? Because they are also so organized. They're high performers. They're very intelligent. Their mission on this planet is to help others. You get them on the drops, they lose 20 pounds because their cortisol is off the chain from taking care of each other people. And just kind of like, you're asking about their occupation. Oh, yeah, I'm this kind of salesperson. Oh, that sounds great. Like, do you have to travel? Yes, I have to travel 4 days a week. Well, do you like traveling like that? Heck no, I hate traveling like that. I'm really working more hours. Then I just keep asking them, what's the problems with that? How does that impact your wife when you're gone? How does that impact you? Oh, wow, you're stressed. You got high blood pressure from it? What other kind of health challenges do you have from this stressful job? So see, you can kind of use it, or kind of like you want to get your husband to do something different, like the situation, like don't even go there. Just stick with spin selling I'm like, don't even go there. You're not going to change them. But really, there always is something underneath. And this is so funny. One of my really best friends in this business, we got on a call with this girl, and what happened was this girl was really busy in her salon. She had just taken over the salon. She's reached out to me like 4 or 5 times wanting to get back into the business, but then she's just busy. And so we were going to have a drop party there. We're going to have something there. And we got on the call with her, and she's like washing hair. And my sweet best friend, as she laughs, she'd tell you about this. She just talks at her. And I look at my phone, it had been 9 minutes. And the girl's just washing the hair, and I text her, I said, you have talked for 8 minutes and you know nothing about what she wants. Like, That's the thing about it. And that's why I look at this business, you guys, it is not selling. If you uncover what people need and what they want and what obstacles they have in their life, you have something for them financially with this company. You have something mentally. The drops and the products make us balanced. You have something physically. You have something emotionally. You're providing this whole tribe, and you can fix them physically. You can hit every pillar of need that they want. And belief for me is not even that high in Strengths Finders. Like Susan Frank, beliefs number one. So Susan Frank, she believes every person on this planet needs this business, and she thinks you're crazy if you say no. I mean, she's like, what do you mean they wouldn't want to do this, right? She's offended because her belief is so high. And her belief is so high too because her dad, I don't know how many of y'all know this, but her dad was like a top salesman. And he came into a network marketing company. It's when they had to do like these big phone books, and they'd call all these list of people. She remembers him coming home and putting a $10,000 check on her kitchen table, a $20,000 check. This was in the 90s. That check bought her brand new car. That check paid her way for college. And so belief is already a strength that she has, and her dad just kind of infused that. So she leads from that. So you're not going to be able to meet everybody's needs. Some people, they have the situation, they have the problem, they know it's an impact, but they're not ready to do anything for it. That's why I started backing with Stephanie a little bit. Like, okay, you want the statins or you don't want the statins? Like, that's up to you. I've got something for you. But if you don't want what I have, energetically and in every way, God's got a plan for every person that you have contact with. But pretty much hormonal imbalances messes with everything that anybody does. And then we have so many other products, right? For skin, for, the vitamins and minerals, like Venali for COPD. Karen was telling me she had somebody with COPD who couldn't even hardly talk because she was so winded. And you guys, like, it's like she's in remission from it. We have people with arthritis where their knees are this big, and they take MOA for a month and their knees go to a normal size. So these people just don't know what you have. So we can do like workshops and stuff on spin selling. Like if this feels like, oh, it's too hard, but the whole basis is ask people questions. Every time you want to tell them something, ask them another question, dig down, things like that. So that's what I've got around spin selling stuff.
Well, I think that's amazing. And it may be good for us to kind of role play in dyads or just between people one day, not necessarily to put somebody on the hot seat, or if you want to, we could, but the only way you're going to get this in your DNA is by doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe with your husband or your friend or something, you could just practice, and you're basically a detective uncovering.
Yeah. Wanda, is there any like business people you're thinking of specifically? Or talking to them about the business?
Well, I have I work with a naturopath doctor and an acupuncturist and sorry, a PA. And so they're like, this is so good for you. I'm so excited for you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so when you like sell a supplement to one of your patients, do you make any money off of that? Oh no, I just sell it to them because I really just want to help my patients. That is like what I'm dealing with right now with my business people. It's like,
okay.
They're just like I guess because I don't know how much money they make. I really don't, but it's like they're not really interested in
they're not interested in the money, and
the
that's
money's not their motivator.
Yeah, so great
And
point.
my number one strength is maximizer. Help me. That's
Oh, so you want good, better, best. It's the best. You can make the money. You can help people with supplements. You can do all the things. Yeah. So we have Kevin, my husband, has Maximizer, good, better, best. We live on the river, and I've been wanting to move forever, you guys. We have had this crazy story with indoor mold. It's $1 million property outside. Like it's heaven. Ducks are swimming, ducks follow him around. We got deer swimming across the yard. it's freaking paradise. You see water from every window. So for me to try to move him from here to like this dry piece of 5 acres of land, like he's gonna be like, boo, you just moved me back to good where I was at best. So Susan Frank does something called form. You ask them about, you try to, you find where they're unhappy. So you can ask them about their finances. They're not motivated by money. Their occupation, like like them having to be there to make money, or what do they not like about their current job? Maybe they don't like that they kind of just work by themselves, whatever the questions would be. Recreation, what they're currently doing. Do they have all the recreation and fun that they want to
Well, they
have?
don't. I mean, they all like, they're always like, they look at me because I'm traveling. You know, I'm in full-time ministry as well. Plus, my husband's in retirement mode, so we take 2 months of the year off completely and go to the beach. And they're like, "Your life is so wonderful. Why don't you, you know?" But they are like, their mindset is. In fact, this year they didn't even do a fall festival because they're like, we all have more patients than we can see. We can't even see all of our patients, so we're not even going to do anything to try to get more patients. And I'm like, y'all are flipping crazy because you got to keep momentum going. You can't just be happy and satisfied with, I don't know. I guess seeing a maximizer. I just took that this week, so I'm like, what? That's my
So,
problem.
and that's what
I'm
we're going to do with Rhonda. We're going to take our strengths and the spin and see how we can make them work together.
And what the good thing too that I'm learning, and I want to talk to her about it because I haven't, like I told you, with my schedule, I haven't been able to be on any of those trainings, but I've just been watching them afterwards. What about like the bottom four are your problem? Like your bottom four are the ones that get you all
Don't
caught
even
up.
worry about them. Don't
But
even worry about them.
right,
You're
but they're the ones
never,
that will trip you up.
they kind of can, but use your other strengths to kind of over, like to kind of like with mine, consistency
Yes, and
is
harmony,
and
consistency and harmony are
yeah, we're
low.
the bot, but I just need to use my other ones, like my activator, to keep me going,
Yeah.
and structure, like be on the IPA call every day. That
Yeah.
is very good
Yeah.
for me. Post twice a day on Facebook for
Right.
my consistency, because we're not going to be consistent. But maybe with those people, we just kind of get them on a group and kind of brainstorm and start taking them down the path. Well, what would happen like to your income if you weren't able to work? Like they
Right.
think
Yeah.
they're all fine now, but they're all fine now because they're charging $120 an hour, and they're probably working around the clock, aren't they?
They do work a lot. And I even like I was like, okay, I'm gonna have Susan Frank. She came into my office and did a big deal. And they were so excited. They were so helpful. They were helping me get everything ready. And then they left. Every single one of them just walked out the door. I'm like,
So there must be a situation or something where they look at you. This is what I'm hearing. It's
I think the devil's got
the
something going.
devil might have them, but they're looking
I
at,
think
and
the
some
devil.
reason, Wanda. I feel like they put Wanda up on a pedestal. I don't even know these women, but I kind of feel like they put Wanda on a pedestal. Same with my girlfriend, Audrey. Audrey's kind of a lot, and people think I can't be Audrey. Like, oh, this is Audrey. But maybe they put you on a pedestal and they're like, oh, well, Wanda can do this, but no way I could do this.
I
Maybe
don't
it's a
know what
little bit
it
of that.
might be.
Where is strategic at for you?
Number 2.
Okay, so my friend Audrey. Okay, if you're strategic, if you take this Strength Finder, strategic's high for Stephanie, it's high for me. Karen, is it high for you? No. Okay. So strategic people, they are flying a situation. Okay, it's a situation. You got a new brand partner. That person, if you're strategic, you're already flying up. You're looking down at your brand partner. You're seeing what they can do. You're looking at it from the side, from the back. And then, for example, like Audrey has futuristic. She's already seeing 5 years down the road. Some of the people's not even on the road. Some people only see 1 week down the road. You're talking about, oh, and she has communication. So she comes in and she's already met you. She's seeing how this can build a business for you. She's seeing how it's impacting your family. You've got your health, and she's telling you all about it. And you're like, whoa, I'm not strategic. I live in the moment, and I got to process things before I talk about them. And so that's the kind of things that we're going to learn through Strengths Finders, you guys, is to do that. So then she realized, okay, I can use spin selling as a tool to every time I want to tell somebody what I see. And she's an like an emotional healer for a living. So people come to her to tell her they want her to tell them what to do. So that's like her job instinctively to do that. And so it's just really kind of funny. So that's kind of what we'll do to do it. Send me a picture. Do you have pictures of them? I don't know why I'm telling you this. Do you have pictures of y'all to get? Look, I'm like, let me tune in.
Yeah.
Do you send me some pictures of them? I'm just gonna pray over it and see what I get.
And I was just as you were talking just now, I think the spin selling, I think maybe that's what I need to do more of, is just stop and ask about them. Like, how's your business going? How is what do you love about what you're
Yeah.
doing? And what do
Yeah,
you,
like your K, yeah, like your
'cause
K, like your water systems.
because I'm looking at them like, they're professional. I'm thinking they got it together, and I just feel like they could benefit so much from just providing another option for their patients. But
And they
maybe
may
I
think,
need to
they
stop.
can't do it. They may think they can't do it, that they don't have time.
Yeah,
So
and they're
you can,
already selling supplement. They're all selling supplements for their deal. The one girl has Chinese herbs and whatnot, but so they're all already selling things, but like they sell them to like so cheap. Like I don't even know how they are making any money. It's like it's crazy.
yeah.
Like $13 for a bottle of herbs that I know maybe
Costs
they're just
$11.50.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But anyway, I'm liking the spin selling thing.
Yeah, it's
It's a
just kind of
different. I mean,
something
I
to
know the
play
form and
with.
all that, but I like this. This is different,
And I just started having conversations with when we all went to San Antonio last weekend. I just started talking to Stephanie a little bit about it, and Shannon and Audrey, and they were all like, "This is real. Like we've never even heard of this, Susan. Like we didn't even know something like this existed." Where it was just kind of ingrained in me. So that's what's so cool, right? When we all like have different trainings and gifts and stuff, and we can just see like, okay, what's applicable, and what could the team benefit. So I do want to ask you guys about my vision boards. Sometimes my ideas get a little too big. So my big idea right now is that we could do vision boards. And if you are in a local group, then somebody in the local group, Richmond, Lexington, Fayetteville, wherever you guys are, Amarillo, you could have a little vision board party the weekend after Christmas. Sherry, I know y'all got a bunch of people in Arizona, and you girls love to get together. I'm like, y'all love to get together. So if you love to get together, get together. But if you want to be a recluse and you want to do your vision board at home on your own table, then what we could do is we could all jump on Zoom. Stephanie's laughing because Stephanie's like, you'll try to hide out, Susan. I will try to hide out. Y'all know that. But be on my bed. So we could do that. And so we could do the magazines. Libraries, you can go get art magazines, free magazines. They're kind of old magazines. And then Talia knows how to use Canva and how to grab just pictures and different things, like if you want to use technology. So there's that option. But my question is, I want you to put in the chat regardless. Okay, put in the chat if you would like to do some remote meetups, if you're close to somebody. I know some of you aren't close to anybody, and that's okay. That's why we're going to have the group. Do you want to do the meetups and do vision board party? So if you want to do that, say yes. If you'd rather do it remote, just say remote in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Sue, remote. Sue's me. Barb and Randy, y'all are a lot. Yes, yes. Zoom, remote. Okay, hey, Lisa, I didn't know you were on here. Natalie, perfect. So I just did a vision board on Canva. Oh, well, Wanda, you can teach us some on Canva too then, girl. We need to do a Zoom and you can just do it, and then we can send it out to everybody. That might be a little bit more. Okay, so we've got a mixed group here. Now, here's the next question. We got to be real because I'm an activator, so I like to get y'all going and doing too many things at one time. Is Kim Weber's like, I know, and then you call me to bail you. Thank y'all to all of y'all for always bailing me out for my craziness. I appreciate it. Teamwork makes the dream work here. Y'all are rock stars.
Susan, I
Helping.
can share on the chat the video where I learned to use the Canva. I can teach you also, but I think it will be better if you have the
Perfect. Will you put it there, Talia, and then message me, honey? Will you put it there and then message me so I can put it in Team Unstoppable? So we'll kind of do a post in Team Unstoppable so we can all find it. Now, the next question is trying to do it. Let me look at my calendar. The 27th, Saturday the 27th, and Sunday the 28th. I kind of think we need like a few hours to do it and then an hour maybe to finish it, and then we could share it. Is the 27th and the 28th realistic for us to get this done, to do this? Or if not, do we need to look later? Y'all feel like it's too soon? I'll be on the road on the 27th. Yeah, everybody chime in here because I want to see what y'all have to say here. Chat, I kind of love it being the energy already being there. Holiday plans. No, I've committed later. Traveling too soon. I'll be out of town. Okay, so this is the deal. I have... So that next weekend, I could do the 4th Sunday. I mean, do y'all want to do it Sunday? I feel like we need to do a weekend so everybody can participate because some people have jobs. The 3rd is my son's birthday, so that's an absolute no. And then the whole next weekend, we're out of town. Some of the leaders are out of town for the summit in Utah. So that means if we don't do it the 4th, January 4th, we're going to have to wait all the way until the 17th of January. Does that make everybody else as sad as that makes me? I love momentum. Like, I like to get us in the end. Like, there's a vortex, like, energetically at the beginning. Do we want to try to shoot for the 4th? The 4th gives everybody, we've cleaned up Christmas, New Year's is behind us, and we're ready. Like, let's kick butt. Like, let's build our businesses in January. This is the time to do it. Is everybody aligned with January 4th? Perfect. Everybody start putting it on your calendar. Maybe we even kind of block out the day, like multiple hours. I mean, has anybody done a vision board? It never gets done in an hour or two. Like it takes a daggone minute. Does that sound good?
The
So what
4th
I
would
would
probably
suggest is if you guys can watch the because I have done this vision board before, and I would suggest for you guys to pray and to let God talk to you, watch that video,
Oh,
and
perfect.
start choosing your pictures on Pinterest. So then you can put them on Canva, and then you make it big, and then you can print it on staples or things like that. But that's
Can
kind
you
of
put
the
it?
thing.
Can you put it again in the chat to Leah? Because
Yeah.
everybody's commented. Just maybe keep putting it a couple of times in there, sweetheart.
Or don't comment anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
No
Susan,
comment.
I have mine from this year, and it's so easy on
Oh, you want to
Pinterest. It
screen
really
share it
is.
real quick and then we'll wrap it up. We went over. Me and Steph's like, we could do
Okay.
this in 35 minutes tonight.
It'll be good if we get it done on the 4th because the 5th starts the new body challenge, guys.
Ooh, perfect. That's a challenge to get all right, to make it a little bit bigger. Can you?
It's as big on my iMac. What are you
love
looking
it.
at?
I love it. All the chakras balance, perfect. So balance and alignment. And I love that I'm financially free. I've achieved financial freedom.
It's
and
hard to
then,
see, but abundance is calling, the little phone thing.
yeah,
Abundance calling.
perfect. And something I put on mine was I wanted to, when I didn't even have a job, that I wanted to contribute to our family's retirement, and I would put a dollar figure through that. So what we'll do before this, I think what we need to do with that, Talia, is Ashley Rowland's why. Why do you want to do this? So if you're like, because I want a new home, she's like, get detailed
Can we
because I
put
want,
that Y video and the Canva video that I
that's
just
what I
shared
think.
on
The
Team
Canva and the why.
Unstoppable? And that can be you listen to that, then you get ideas, you write. So
Okay.
because the idea, and this is a very cool video. This lady really talks about how to teach you how to manifest, and it's basically the pictures have to speak to you. You have to have certain kind of connection with the picture, so it's something that you really want. You
I
know,
love,
I told Susan that to send me the picture of her wig, how much she made, because I'm going to put that on my vision board because I want to make what she's making in a week. Of course, I asked for the week of Thanksgiving because I know that was the highest, maybe. So
almost.
that can be, something that you guys can do also. So that can, we can all be church person not so long. Quickly.
27 crown chairperson 8, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and that's like whenever Ashley Rowland, I watched this, so her and Todd Rowland, you guys, they made about 25 million in this industry. They wrote out, and they were like, I mean, they were broke, and they wrote out they wanted this little farm, they wanted 4 horses, they figured their house would cost $1 million, and they drew out the yard, they drew out the house, everything, and they copied it and they put it everywhere. And then she throws up a picture of their home. You guys, it was it to a T. Everything that they had wanted. When I did my why, Ashley's like, this has got to make you cry. And so my son, for you guys who know, my son was very medically complex. He was vaccine injured. He lost the ability to point clap. He'd slam his head on the floor every day. It was horrific. And we were able to regress him through all kinds of natural healing. He's so anointed. I mean, this kid has been anointed since day one. But my why, what made me cry was I want to be able to take him to any kind of doctor that he needs to go to. He homeschools, any kind of tutor he needs, any kind of help in a blink. And so, for example, this business was able to afford me the opportunity to fly out to Oklahoma and meet a naturopathic doctor that had came into Stephanie's team. And from that, we did a big drop party and brought in all kinds of other people in that business. You see what I'm saying? So I was getting every need met. Like, look how God was orchestrating all of that and learned so many cool different techniques to help my child. And then, so that was kind of my big why and what I wanted. And she's like, well, what else do you want? Like, what do you want? And so I was like, oh, I want to live on a horse farm. And I want to have this type of horses, and I want somebody else to feed the horses and take care of the horses, because horses are hard work if you guys know anything about horses. And I would love for the people to work on the farm, and maybe they would come into my business. I mean, like, I had it all out to a T. And some of you guys have came to my horse farm, and literally God dropped it in my lap. Boom, mic drop. Here's you an $1,800 a month apartment you can rent on a $5 million horse farm with 8 beautiful horses. And Robbie and Dawn work the horse farm. They feed them. And Robbie and Dawn came into our business. Dawn was able to quit her assistant teaching job, send her kid to private school out of what Partner Co could do for them. And then y'all who have met Bernie, he's like my little healing horse that walks around everywhere. I mean, God, who could orchestrate that? God can. When you have those visions, Deborah, you have horses too. So when we have those visions, and I saw some of what Barb put on her vision board and what has happened. And so those, like, without vision, right, we perish. So just be open to dream. I say all this because you have no idea what God has got planned for you, but it's going to be your vision that even takes you to where you want to go and way, way beyond, or you're going to only go as far as you can. And one last thing, I think all of our vision for 2026, we build on social media here and through parties. It needs to be visible. Yeah. To be visible. So one thing that I am starting to do is I'm going to do a group through an app called Send Hype, where I can message you every single day. What did you eat? What did you drink? And how much did you move? And if you commit those 3 things, and you can use this for your brand partners and your customers. What did you eat? What did you drink? How much did you move? Dr. Strand, says that any program goes from a 5% success rate to, guess what? 75 to 80. Who would love to have an 80% reorder rate on your drops? An 80% success rate for all of your brand partners. So if you want to jump in with that, side message me and say, hey, because I won't be able to get it all on the chat, side message me through Messenger or whatever. Hey, add me to the group. Okay, so I see you girls are, yeah. So you guys just message me through Messenger for the next day and I'll add it. But I think it'll be great. And I can just bulk message y'all, but I'll actually get the text to see. And me and Karen McNutt have started kind of messaging each other that. But let's do that. And so when you go into momentum at the beginning of the year, when everybody's ready to lose weight, everybody's to work, guess what? Your inflammation in your face is down. You're believing in the program, and commit to getting the crap ingredients out. Commit to not slipping every few days. And I'm preaching to the choir because I'm like one of the worst ones about it. So do that, because you'll start feeling that high and that energy to do that. So if you want to be added to that group, shoot me a message and I'll be happy to add you, or any of your brand partners or whoever. Okay. That was a lot. We
Hey,
love you guys.
tell
We're
us
grateful for
the M in form when you were talking about Susan
it.
Frank's
Could
form.
be marriage or
Marriage?
money. It could be marriage or money.
Okay, thank you.
Marriage, and a lot of times I'm finding people are like wanting to get out of marriages, or they just got out of a marriage, or they had a spouse pass away. So the marriage has something around the marriage has created something that makes them uncomfortable, unhappy, dissatisfied, or anything like that.
Okay, so since we're not going to try to vomit on our family, is it okay if we wear our buttons?
I mean, why not?
I'm feeling like I need to if I get to go anywhere.
So everybody put on your ask me about skinny drops, ask me about hormonal imbalance, and be prepared for the smart aleck comments, right? It's your family. Like, don't get offended. Like my family be like, skinny drops, what's that fat right there, Susie? Look at them love. Hey, I mean, my family's crazy. I don't know about y'all's family, but good luck selling to Jimmy and John, Uncle Jimmy and Johnny. But hey, I'm gonna try to get everybody on these drops. And if your family don't, if your family doesn't, I want to tell you guys something. I've heard this over and over and over and over. It is not an excuse to not be successful in this business. My parents are not on the drops. My father weighs almost 400 pounds, not on the drops. My mother, not on the drops. My brother, not on the drops. My sister, not on the drops. 6 friends from home in North Carolina. Some of them are putting fans between their legs to sleep, to blow up because of their night sweats. One of them has tried the drops. 1 out of 6. So if any of y'all use that as an excuse to me, I'm going to say I ain't got time, because I probably have that plus more. And I've went and built a big business here, helping those who want my help, because everybody doesn't want your help. Just say next. Okay, God, who else needs me? Okay, next, who else needs me? And sometimes God brings you back to them and says, okay, they're ready now. And then you reach out to them again. So I'm in recruitment mode. It's time to get some people who want better, because we got a gift to offer them. So I'm excited. You guys reach out if you need anything. And I guess we won't see y'all until we're not going to do a Thursday meeting next Thursday. Everybody take a little bit of time off, but get your food locked in. Get your drops back in your body. Like, this is 2 weeks. Do this for yourself. Christmas is coming. Fall off for a day, or even stay on for a day. We're doing steak and chicken and all kinds of stuff. I don't even have an excuse to fall off. Steph, thank you.
Wait, Susan, I do want to say something, sweetie.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, in terms of being, and ladies and gentlemen, in terms of being in recruitment mode, we have a body balance challenge in which a rando person can win a trip to Maui and bring somebody. If you can't market that and share that with people to use to get them at a minimum on the drops and in the challenge, it doesn't get any better than that to be able to win. I was like, if people can't keep their S $ this exclamation point together for 28 days to win a trip to Maui, they're not my people. They're not my tribe, but I'm saying we have the tools now. The company is doing that. Monday night is the actual campaign rollout. You can start letting people know, reach out to customers, reach out to anybody in your address book. Hey, are you ready for
So
Lisa? I'm
anybody
ready.
can win the trip to Maui. Your
Yes.
customer. See, you guys, that's a huge promo. I'm going to be on there
Huge.
on
And-
Facebook. Do you want to go to Maui with us? Want to go to Maui with us? Want to go to Maui? And those
It's-
people in the strengths that have competition and achiever, they'll jump right into this and do it.
And Steph, wasn't it whoever wins takes whoever they want and it pays for airfare and everything?
Look, now I'm
Everything.
like,
It's a
yes, I
voucher.
want to win.
It's a voucher, so that might be like a $500 cap
Oh.
per airfare. But yes, they can bring somebody with them.
Yes. And the other thing, the other people that win this time on this challenge, they're not handing out cash. They're going to give credit at PartnerCo.
Okay, cool.
So if it's a brand partner or a customer, they'll win the $100 of credit, $500 credit,
okay.
so that they use it for
Okay,
product.
cool. So you that are strategic, don't fatten up before January 5th because you want to really shed the pounds.
Oh,
Don't
well.
my recommendation, because
Oh,
I thought about it
well.
for a
It's
second.
my
I ain't gonna
second.
lie, and I'm like, no, heck no, I'm not doing
Making
that.
no
So,
promises.
Stephanie's like, I'm fattening up. Stephanie,
Steph, you're my
you'll gain your
spirit
3
animal.
pounds. Okay. So high five to all of y'all. Like, I'm so proud of all of y'all. Like, Team Unstoppable is the place to be. So we're excited everybody's here. We appreciate every single one of y'all. And 2026, we're gonna knock it dead. Like, I feel I got chills everywhere. God's got big things for us. We're like, we only got a little toe in for what our life's gonna be. So I love y'all. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you,
ya.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry